Exceptionals. Have you ever asked a question that completely changed the way someone thinks or acts? Imagine if just one question could spark innovation, unlock hidden potential, and shift mindsets. In this video, we'll break down how you can ask powerful questions that inspire breakthroughs, whether you are leading a team, mentoring someone, or even just navigating your daily life. Welcome to Excel, the place where the exceptionals come to get better every day. Let's start with a real life scenario. A senior executive at a global company was struggling with low team morale and declining performance. He called a meeting and was about to lay out a new plan when he paused and asked, "What do you think is causing this and how can we turn it around?" What followed was a flood of insights from his team, issues he hadn't even considered. By shifting from directive leadership to inquiry-driven leadership, he empowered his team to take ownership of solutions, leading to one of the most successful turnarounds in the company's history. Now let's shift our focus to the educator's perspective. A high school principal noticed a growing disconnect between teachers and students. Instead of imposing new policies, she gathered her staff members and asked, "What do our students need most from us right now?" This simple question sparked discussions that led to new mentorship programs and student-led learning initiatives, which revolutionized their engagement in that school. So what's the core message here? Whether you are leading a company or a classroom, the questions you ask define the results you get. Great leaders don't just give answers. They ask powerful questions that drive engagement, innovation, and accountability. In this our mentoring session today, we explore how mastering the art of questioning separates good leaders from great ones and how you can apply this in your workplace or your school today. As leaders, we often feel the pressure to have all the answers. But what if I told you that true leadership isn't about providing answers? It's about asking the right questions. Because questions have the power to challenge assumptions, spark innovation, and unlock the hidden potential within your team members. Now, think about the greatest leaders in history. They didn't just dictate, they inquired. They asked, "What if? Why not? And how can we make this better?" Their questions inspired breakthroughs, engaged minds, and created movements. Questions are really powerful. Great leaders, coaches, and innovators know that the best way to unlock the potential of their people isn't by giving orders, but by asking the right questions. Why? Because powerful questions drive deeper insights and create space for growth. The right question can stimulate critical thinking, like when a manager asks, "What's another way we could approach this problem?" It can encourage self-discovery, such as, "What do you think your biggest strength is?" The right question can also inspire creative problem solving. For example, if time and money weren't an issue, how would you tackle this? It can also build deeper connections, like what experience shaped your perspective the most? And it can drive meaningful change. For instance, what small step could you take today to make progress? These examples show that asking questions don't just inform, but transform both the mindset of the person and the depth of the answer you receive. This is invaluable because when leaders master the art of inquiry, they don't just manage people, they ignite possibilities. And that is what we want in all our settings. So what makes a question powerful, you may ask? Not all questions are created equal. Here are 6 things that make a question truly powerful. Number 1, it has to be open-ended. They have to begin with maybe what, how, or why, to encourage deeper reflection. Instead of, "Did you like the project?" you might want to ask, "What did you enjoy most about the project?" Powerful questions are thought-provoking. They challenge assumptions and inspire new perspectives. Instead of, "Is this possible?" You might want to ask, what would need to happen to make this possible? 3. Powerful questions are empowering. They make the respondent feel capable instead of, why can't we solve this? You might want to ask, what resources do we need to move forward? Great questions are clear and concise. They are direct but allow room for exploration. So avoid long, complex questions that confuse rather than clarify. Great questions are contextual. They are relevant to the situation and tailored to the individual's experiences and challenges. This is what differentiates good coaches from great coaches. And they are emotionally engaging. They create a connection by tapping into feelings, motivations, and aspirations. Instead of, what's your goal? You might want to ask, what excites you most about achieving this goal? So, my friends, mastering the art of asking powerful questions is what separates good coaches and leaders from truly great ones. So let me tell you how and why. 1. Great leaders give answers. Good leaders give answers, but great leaders ask the right questions to empower their team to think critically in order to take ownership and find solutions themselves. Instead of saying, do this, they ask, what do you think is the best approach? And this builds confidence and accountability in their team. Remember our video on how to inspire accountability in your team? You might want to watch that as well. And secondly, good leaders scratch the surface, but great leaders dig deeper. They don't settle for the first response. They probe with follow-up questions that challenge assumptions, uncover root causes, and reveal new perspectives. This act leads to better decision-making and innovation. Good leaders provide guidance. Great leaders use questions to develop their people. They ask, what did you learn from this? Or how would you approach this differently next time? Turning every challenge into a growth opportunity. In essence, they drive growth and development through questioning. And good leaders focus on execution, but great leaders foster curiosity. They create an environment where their teams feel encouraged to ask why and what if, thereby sparking creativity, adaptability, and problem solving at every level. Good leaders manage tasks. Great leaders inspire ownership by asking, what's your plan to move forward? Instead of simply assigning work, they instill a sense of responsibility and drive within their teams. At the heart of it, great leaders don't just give solutions. They ignite thinking. They challenge your thought process. Their questions don't just inform, they transform. And that's the difference. So hey exceptionals, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, you are missing out. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the values we deliver on this channel every day. So let me share 5 quick techniques to ask powerful questions. Number 1, shift from closed to open questions. Instead of, did you try this? Ask, what approaches have you considered? Number 2, use silence. Give people a few moments to think. Sometimes the best insights come when we allow space for reflection. And number 3, encourage reflection. Ask, what's the biggest challenge you see here? Or what would, success look like for you? And number 4, reframe challenges. Instead of, why is this a problem? You can ask, what opportunities does this challenge present? And finally, you can ask follow-up questions. Come on, dig deeper. Dig deeper, don't just settle on the surface. Can you tell me more? Those are the kind of questions you can ask. What makes you say that? It will make the person to speak more and even reveal things that you don't even expect. So leaders, instead of saying, here's what you need to do, try, what support do you need to make this happen? My fellow educators, instead of stating, memorize this concept, ask, how do you think this applies to real life? To my fellow coaches and mentors, instead of saying you need to be more confident, ask what strengths can you leverage to overcome this challenge. As we wrap up, here is a reminder that powerful questions open doors to growth, learning, and transformation. As you move forward, challenge yourself to replace directives with questions, assumptions with curiosity, and hesitations with inquiry. Because when we ask the right questions, we unlock the full potential of those around us and ourselves. So I challenge you, my fellow leaders, to reflect on your leadership style. Ask yourself, am I creating followers or future leaders by the way I lead? Am I solving problems for my team or empowering them to solve problems themselves by the way I ask questions? What questions can I start asking today to unlock potential? The best leaders and educators don't just inform, they transform. And the key to transformation starts with asking the right questions. And so thank you for being part of today's mentoring session. Like, subscribe, and share if you found this valuable. And I'll see you again in our next video. Stay blessed.